Imagine holding a small, rough-looking red stone in your hand, something you almost toss aside, only to discover it could be worth more than a luxury car, maybe even a house. Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you that this exact scenario has already happened and is still happening to people around the world? This is the story of red beryl, also known as bixbyte, one of the rarest and most valuable gemstones on Earth. Rarer than diamonds, rarer than emeralds, and yet almost invisible to the average person. Hidden, overlooked, waiting. Now here's the real question. What if you've already seen one and didn't even know it? Let's begin. Deep beneath the rugged deserts of Utah, formed under extreme geological conditions that almost never repeat, red beryl is born. This is not your everyday gemstone. In fact, for every 150,000 diamonds discovered, only one red beryl crystal of gem quality is found. Let that sink in for a second. 1 out of 150,000. And yet, most people have never even heard its name. Why? Because rarity creates silence. The rarer something is, the fewer people talk about it. And the fewer people talk about it, the more opportunities slip through unnoticed. Picture this. A miner, sweating under the desert sun, brushes away dust from small rock. It doesn't sparkle dramatically. It doesn't scream value. But hidden within is a deep, rich red crystal formed over millions of years. That stone could sell for tens of thousands of dollars per carat, sometimes even more. Now imagine someone finding something similar, but ignoring it. That's the fear. That's the risk. Not knowing. But today, that changes. Red beryl gets its striking red color from manganese, combined with very specific geological conditions that almost never align. It forms in volcanic rhyolite, a type of rock that requires a perfect storm of heat, pressure, and chemistry. Miss even one factor, and red beryl simply doesn't exist. Nature doesn't make mistakes here. It makes masterpieces, but only rarely. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Most red beryl crystals are tiny. Very tiny. We're talking less than 1 carat. Stones larger than 2 or 3 carats. Those are almost legendary. When they appear in auctions or private collections, they don't just sell, they create headlines. Collectors chase them. Investors compete for them. And those who own them hold power. But let me ask you something, if something is this rare, this valuable, why isn't everyone searching for it? Because most people are distracted, they're chasing trends. Following the crowd, looking at what everyone else is looking at. Meanwhile, hidden treasures like red beryl quietly sit outside the spotlight, waiting for those who know where and how to look. And here's a little reality check. Not every red beryl looks like a perfect gemstone. Some appear rough. Some are embedded in rock. Some don't shine until they are cut and polished. The next time you see a strange reddish crystal, will you recognize it or will you walk away? Now, let's talk about value, because this is where things get exciting. High-quality red beryl can sell for $10,000 to $50,000 per carat, and in some rare cases, even higher. That puts it in the same league, or above, some of the most famous gemstones in the world. But here's the twist. Unlike diamonds, which are mined globally, red beryl comes from extremely limited locations. The most famous source is the Walwam Mountains in Utah. That's it. One primary region dominating the supply. Limited supply, growing demand. You don't need a business degree to understand what happens next. Prices rise, and they don't just rise slowly. They surge when collectors realize how little is available. This creates urgency, a window of opportunity. Because once these stones are locked away in private collections, they rarely return to the market. The real opportunity isn't just finding red beryl. It's recognizing it before everyone else does. Now, let's shift perspective for a moment. Imagine you discover a red beryl stone. What's your next move? Do you sell it immediately? Do you hold it? Do you get it evaluated? This is where smart decisions turn potential into real wealth. First, authentication is everything. A certified gemological lab can confirm whether your stone is genuine red beryl. Without certification, even the rarest stone becomes just another rock in the eyes of buyers. Second, presentation matters. A properly cut and polished red beryl can multiply its value significantly. The right cut enhances its color, brilliance, and appeal to collectors. Third, timing. Selling at the right moment, when demand peaks, can make the difference between a good profit and a life-changing one. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want to turn a hidden stone into financial freedom? But here's a pattern interrupt for you, because I know what you might be thinking. Wait, if it's so rare, how can I ever find one? Good question. You don't need to be a professional miner. You don't need expensive equipment. What you need is awareness, knowledge, the ability to recognize potential where others see nothing. Because opportunities don't shout. They whisper, and those who listen win. Let's connect the dots. You now know that red beryl is extremely rare. You understand its value. You see the opportunity. But more importantly, you've shifted your mindset. Instead of ignoring unusual stones, you start observing them. Instead of assuming something has no value, you question it. You stay curious. And curiosity is powerful. It's what turns ordinary people into discoverers. It's what turns overlooked stones into million-dollar assets. And it's what separates those who miss opportunities from those who seize them. Now imagine this: that a year from now, someone tells a story about finding a rare gemstone that changed their life. They almost threw it away, almost ignored it, almost missed it, but they didn't, because they knew what to look for, because they paid attention, because they acted. Why shouldn't that person be you? Let's bring this to a close, but not an ending. Think of this as a beginning, a new way of looking at the world around you. Because red beryl isn't just a gemstone. It's a symbol, a reminder that incredible value often hides in plain sight. That rarity creates opportunity. That knowledge creates power. And that sometimes the smallest discovery can lead to the biggest transformation. The next time you come across an unusual stone, pause, look closer, ask questions, because hidden within that ordinary moment could be something extraordinary. And who knows, you might just be holding a fortune in your hand.